these people, they are literally normalizing a setting that they are entitled to trample upon their partners, and their partners are supposed to receive and tolerate such transgressions from them, because at the end of the day, you need the married more than I do. I can always walk out and be like, go for another person. You will my tag. They say all sorts of nonsense. So it is a very, very recurring event from Muslim women to say those things about he even gave me rules. He even wrote that they write down rules, oh. They write rules. They or rules rules something that will choke your life. So they write rules for someone's child. Someone's child, and you sit with such entitlement, that level of narcissism, to project such to your fellow member, or to that person starts feeling themselves as less. They hate themselves. They don't even know who they are. They lose their identity. They lose their sense of being, all because they are into marriage. Be responsible to your partner. Do right by the person. Whatever it is that you don't want to be done to you, don't do it to them. Don't. And this excuse of there are some things that are peculiar to women. I hate hearing those things. Nothing is peculiar to you as the girl child. It is either you are doing the right thing or you are doing the wrong thing. There is nothing like no man. No, it's all lies. Those are societal conditioning, and it like you are telling yourself, you are believing that your mental capacity, you don't have what it takes to be logical, to reason, and do right by yourself and the people around you. So if you are responsible to your partner, you do right by the person. And regardless of the kind of person they are, whether they are bad or good, you can never submit to someone without giving up your sense of agency, sense of ownership to the person. You will always give your willpowerness. And that willpower is what makes you human. Stop treating yourself like less human.
You are making some assertions in terms of your understanding of what submission means to Muslim men. I think people who will be watching this in future may argue to say, that's your experience. I am submissive to my husband and I'm enjoying
They are
it.
not.
And it did not.
They are not. They are not submitting nothing. It's just a way for them to feel good. They are not submitting. The meaning of submission is that you are willing to give up yourself. Questioning, you don't question. So, and that is what I'm saying, that this submission, where did it come from? That we are now using it in our own faith, this Islamic faith that we are practicing. How did it come into? Because you can never submit to someone and start saying, hey, question any. Because it's not leading you to hellfire. Because if you want to use this narrative, as long as he's not calling you to disobey Allah, he's not calling you to disobey Allah, but he's telling you to give up something that is important to you. Are you willing to? Or your business or whatever, are you willing to? So they are not submitting. They are just women that are fortunate that whatever it is that they want to do, the husband are willing to okay, share now. Share, the husband agreed them.
Are you still a Muslim?
I am a Muslim. Oh, I don't sound like
that's enough.
It's okay. And see, it is very, very okay for me.
I'm going somewhere. With that.
Anybody. Seriously.
I am going somewhere with that because you experience everything you experience with a Muslim man, with an ideal Muslim man. And here you are still wearing your hijab. That's
it doesn't define any purity though. Maybe I'm using
I agree.
You would know.
100%, which is why I asked, are you a Muslim? Then if you say I think you still haven't answered the question. Are you a Muslim?
I am a Muslim.
Do you belong to any school of thought?
You know, I don't
So,
belong to any school of thought. My own
mm,
understanding of Islam, yeah, you see, Allah is perfect. Allah is
mm,
merciful. I pray to
mm,
Allah. I fast.
mm,
I do whatever
mm,
it is. But
mm,
you see, when it comes to like this school of thought, it's there. I don't have any
mm,
problem with any of them. It's there. So
mm,
that is why I
mm,
said I still have my space in Islam today due to the school of thought. Because if this one
mm.
called me a cat, because even Brother Yusuf that is sitting here, to some people here, it's either they calling me having video or whatever it is that they can. So like the school of thought exists, there you always find your own space in Islam. In Islam, I
For
like that those school of thought exist. And you see, the Quran is there, those hadiths are there. You'll be fine. Because those Muslim women that are even afraid to name these things, their fear too is coming from there. They'll be like, maybe it's taking them out of the fold of Islam. But this is my own like thought. Allah doesn't want you to live a miserable life on the surface of that he didn't create you for such. He
I
didn't.
agree with that.
He didn't.
I agree.
So you
But
always find your own space.
can I ask you a question? Do you have any sheikh? It doesn't have to be personal, but do you
Mm.
have any favorite sheikh
No,
that
I
maybe it
won't
could
I
be an
won't
online
mention that.
thing?
So no, 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 no. I won't mention that.
But no, it's okay. It's okay if you don't
Yeah,
want
I
to
have
mention. But
scholars I listen
do
to.
you that you
I
listen to?
have
That's
scholars I
grand. That
listen to, and and funny as it is, they don't even know me. They don't even know whether this person
which
like.
is
I'll be
which
like,
is which is fine.
so this one say, I beg, I don't agree with this. So
Which is
I
fine.
have
Which is
scholars
fine.
I listen to.
You know why I'm saying that is that the danger that I see in me not asking that question for clarity is that people could just think that I can then be a Muslim without somebody actually guiding me because there has to be a check. And if you're checking yourself with someone who doesn't know you personally and you happens to agree to their school of thought, the way they see things, that's good. But sometimes when we leave ourselves to ourselves, if
Mm.
we are being sincere with ourselves, we know sometimes that we're not going to do a good job with ourselves all the time because of some of the things of being human. Sometimes we carry knowledge on the right hand side and then we carry weakness on the left hand side. And then there has to be somebody who is external, who is telling you, it might not be direct. That person might not even know you personally, but there has to be
Mhm.
somebody whom you kind of agree with their school of thought and the way they contextualize the scripture and the way they preach the gospel and stuffs like that. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, do you just pick up the Quran and then just okay, yeah, this is what I was saying, and then this is my Islam, or there's somebody who is actually maybe virtually or personally that's actually guiding you. There's always going to be somebody who knows better, who can
Mhm.
offer better perspective, and we will gain more.
I listen to scholars. I listen to them. I read materials myself also
Mm,
because I'm still saying this. Go on. Let me catch my breath.
okay. Okay. So now we've talked about what's wrong, what shouldn't be, what people or women are experiencing. So, Sister Tawakaltu, from your perspective, what does a truly balanced, Islamically grounded marriage look like? One where both spouses can spiritually and emotionally thrive. Like, what does that look like to you? We've talked about what is wrong. Then, from your perspective, what is right? What does right looks like?
Yeah, right. Will be a marriage where there is fairness, lots of humility, you know, healthiness. It won't be a marriage that I've even you see. I was actually trying to say something the other time here because when it comes to this issue of knowledge, like seeking knowledge alone won't do it. Oh. Like I don't know how to express this thing. Knowledge
Please
alone
do.
won't do it because there are some women, as I said earlier, that their own understanding of religion is based on the school of thoughts that they follow, and they feel suppressed in that marriage. They don't have what it takes to like go out, like step out of
Mm,
that school of thoughts to check with others that,
mm.
Kile, what do you have here? Let me see. So they don't have what it takes. So for me, marriage will be something that is very, very balanced with healthiness, fairness, and justice, and with lots of humility. So it wouldn't be a marriage that some scholars will say, you see, women, they patronize women a lot in Islam, as in these scholars, they will say things like, men want is just provision and protection. And what men want is just respect. And what else did they normally say? Respect as I can't remember the other thing. And I would say that itself is faulty, because there is no way they will say a man can't love or something, like you can't love your woman. They can only offer you protection and provision. So you as a woman, you should offer them respect and maybe submission. I don't think they use the word submission, but they use respect and something else. I can't remember. So because what is happening there is that you are saying that that man doesn't need nurturing. All he needs is respect. And there is no way I will respect him that I will nurture the man. So this respect that you are talking about, I as a woman, I want it also. It is very, very essential to me as a woman. You have to respect me also. So if you should narrow my need, my want down to, you just need provision and protection. And I will ask, what are you protecting me from exactly? And this provision you are talking about, it is something I can always provide for myself. So that is why I do say that those things that those shuyuks to that they say it is faulty. They are not preaching humility to men. So if you are defining your worth as a man is from the respect that your wife is giving, what will you be giving to your wife? Provision and protection. How will you protect someone that you don't even respect? How can you nurture? Yeah, you said you cannot even love the person. So it has to be balanced. There should be love. There should be romance. There should be justice. There should be fairness. Whatever it is you don't want to be done to you, you shouldn't do it to that person. Don't insult your wife if you don't want to be insulted. And to some women that they believe that you can just shout or scream. No, it's not okay. If you can't do right by the person, it's not okay. You have to, it's not okay for you as a woman to shout or scream or to just there's something saucy. Obìnrin ló máa saucy. No, that's falsehood. You cannot be saucy to your partner. You have to do right by your husband. And to the men, you have to do right by your wife. So you have to love your wife. You have to cherish your wife. You have to be humble. We know you are physically strong. We know that doesn't mean you are better than your wife. So I've talked about humility. I've talked about you giving healthiness and receiving healthiness in return. Be accountable to each other. You are not better. No one is better. So, and everybody will be fine. Win-win.
So you've explained what you think a balanced marriage should look like. Because you said about my right, your right, this is what I want, this is what you want.
You will notice that the last time that you asked me about rights, I deflected because you see my rights, this right, it's,
Yeah.
like my rights,
Because that's the point.
my rights,
That is the
me, I'm not for that. But I deflected because I wouldn't
so
want
what
to like appear to be like, because now they will say, oh no, but this is what Allah like instructed the men to do. And it okay. I don't want
no no
because we are
because
dealing
we
with
can
religion. We are dealing with the
no
religion of Allah. Like
sister Akalto, we cannot shy away from that question because that's the source of the problem. Like somebody being disrespected, because when you talk about not being respected, it's because your right hasn't been respected as a human being. There are certain expectations you have of people that hasn't been fulfilled. That's your right. So are you the 50-50 kind of Emiate? We are the same here. So you give
no,
me what
50-50 what? I'm already bringing my life already. Are you like 50-50 what? Seriously, but I used to 50-50. Even any woman that is saying that she's doing 50, you are just deceiving. You are not doing any 50-50. It can never be balanced. your life is on the line. I mean, 2 times more than you can 50-50 work. What I am advocating for is all this struggle for my rights, your rights, my right, this right, my right, this. Like you both of you should show up for yourself 100%. Like in your fullness, in your own it. Whatever it is you can do, you do it. You don't need to be like, oh, just share any one year question. Like healthy marriage. You wouldn't be like at the edge and be like, tí mo bá sanwó grocery yẹn nísìnyí, ó lè fẹ́ relax. You wouldn't want to be responsible anymore. Yes, because that person is not responsible. So whether you are trying to like was it keep some or whatever, you won't be responsible. You just have to like be able to stay to come in contact with reality that I am not married to a responsible person. So I do ask women this question: since you know you cannot or you can't share your resources with this person, why are you with them? Because for me, a marriage where I cannot share my resources with the person, it is not a healthy marriage. It is not a healthy relationship. So, and for me, it is either healthy or nothing. I rather perish. So I have my own slogan, like it's my slogan. I've been there. I know what it means when the other party is not willing to be their full self in that. They just want to be like, they just want to, a part of them to be there and a part of them to be elsewhere. And whereas you on the other side, you are bringing in your whole self into that marriage. You understand? You are willing to give everything in that marriage. So I am not for this, my right, your right. For example, now we have a lawn in our house. So are you saying that on the days my husband is tired and I'm feeling agile, I can't go outside and mow the lawn if I have the strength too? So are you saying that some days I just want to have a slow evening? It is not okay for you to like take care of the kid or like make us food or do like just do. And see, I just say something, you have to be spontaneous. I am a very, very spontaneous person. So whatever it is I'm saying, I've lived the life. So if you say it is not possible, you are not willing to. That is why you are just not willing to do it. That is why you are saying it is not possible. It's not figure guy. It is about you being spontaneous so that the other person won't be so overwhelmed with unnecessary burden. You don't have to burden your partner. You see, there's this thing that women are doing. We say that, ọkùnrin, òun ló yẹ kó múṣẹ́ méjì, kó múṣẹ́ mẹ́ta, kó ṣiṣẹ́, kó prevent. Me, I'll just be looking them like this. Èmi ò fẹ́ yẹn fún my ìdàrí tèmi o. My own husband, I don't want a man that will be stressed out. My love, you should be nurtured. Like, I want to tell you, like, kí ni mo, that you are earning this, you are earning this. How can I come in? Oh, ní láti quarrel. I want to see you glow. And I want to glow myself. That is what me I believe healthiness. Not like, ṣebí wọ lọkùnrin, you just share ni, ìwọ ló yẹ kó gbé kinní kan sórí now. Because I don't know. I don't believe in such dynamic. And you see, these financial resources is not what makes a relationship 50-50. Because this thing, my ex said it. I remember he was sleeping on the couch that day. I came back from work and he said something about soup or something. I was like, you've been at home all day. I went to work. Why didn't you cook? Why didn't you do that thing? And I would say maybe that was the first time in 9 years of marriage that I said that thing. I was so frustrated. I said, why didn't you do it? The next thing this man said was that, one of our brains of my 50-50 nílùú òyìnbó. I was like, really? Ṣé 50-50 ni? Okay, yeah, let's do it. How do you define 50-50? Because already I am a mom. I am contributing like 30% or 40% of the household. And it doesn't even, to me, it's nothing. I am providing for my household. This is my family. I should be responsible to them. What kind of a person will it make me to have money and hold it somewhere just because I feel like ojúṣe ẹnìkan ni? You understand? I was like, really? Obìnrin lóyìnbó. Whereas if you are so traditional rooted or Islamic, whatever that you want to claim, by that standard, we will say you are not supposed to provide anything according to when they say that like Islamically. But I don't believe in that. If I am making money, if I am making finance, like paper, financial provision for two able adults in that household, they should be able to come together, provide for their family. So I'm not saying that it is compulsory that you as a woman, if you don't want to work, if you don't have the strength to work, be due to motherhood or whatever, that you are less. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that if I want to work, I am a career-oriented person or a business-oriented person, I am making money. In a healthy family, healthy dynamic, you should be able to pull down your money or pull down your resources. If that man, if he's unable to meet, because there are some men, they'll be like, I earn enough, which is okay. But if you see that your partner is struggling, what kind of a person will it make you and be like, well. So despite the fact that he wasn't even doing the things that he was supposed to do for me personally, I still show up on my own part because I have to. So some of my friends be like, hey, you want to remember I have to do it. I have to. But what I got to realize of, I wasn't supposed to be in such dynamic. So like this divorce is the best thing. I should not be in a relationship with a man that is not willing to show up his parts, that everything he wants to do is just to manipulate and pick and choose whatever it is comfortable for him. That is not the kind of person I should settle down with. So for me, all these power struggle, my responsibility, you are supposed to take out the trash. You are supposed to if you can do it, why can't you do it? Like why? Why do you have to wait? Why? Why you can't do it? Why can't you do it? Why do you have to separate? Some relationship they say that this is what the husband does. This is what it's okay. It's fine. But personally, for me, I appreciate spontaneity more. Like be spontaneous. If it's something you can show up to do it. And your partner should be like your love, someone you want to see in their healthy state. They should be fine. They should be healthy. They don't need to be stressed for them to prove that they are worthy. They don't need to be stressed. You don't need to bend their backs until you see their worth. It's not okay for me. It's not. So that's why I would just tell some women, like literally you are married with your enemy, because anything is just like èmi ò ṣe o, èmi ò ráyè, èmi ò kó kan mi kó ẹ̀yin ò bá kan dànù, kíbìlì yẹn pa lórí. I don't even care. I have to care o. If I'm with a man, you have to show that care. You have to love. So if it is getting to that, I don't even care. We're healthy, no, not healthy.
So, Sister Takalto, somebody is already in that marriage now, and they're already experiencing everything you're saying, and they don't want to leave.
I'm not.
Let me rephrase the question. They're in the marriage already,
Yeah.
and they feel stuck. Okay, maybe it's lack of awareness, maybe because of the years spent in the marriage or whatever. What would you say to the person right now? Say, look, I'm drowning here, and I don't know what to do.
You don't know what to do. Maybe because there are some women, personally for me, what I experienced, why I stayed that long in that marriage was because I was still trying to find my footing, being like in a new country in Finland. So lots of things involved. Is it that you are stuck financially? Is it finance? So there has
It's
to be
like not
reason.
just finance, like holistically, like
Is it fear of abandonment? Like, is it fear of the tag, or like is it fear of you losing that familiarity? It should be
it's just been blank. It's just been blank. Like, can over shape like I've been in this marriage. Like, let's use that. Because that seems to be the common theme. I've been in this marriage for 25 years. I've been in this marriage for 30 years. And this man, I've endured this thing up until now. What's the point?
No, you can't continue enduring. I will just tell you that you should cut your losses and move forward. You can always rise again. You can always rise again. It doesn't define you. Because I've met women in their 50s and they'll be like, how come you as a woman in your 30s, you have so much clarity? And I'll be like, it's not a miracle. It's not like magic. If you are willing to, you have to be willing to. I've heard men, they'll be like, we said it to my face, silly. I don't care. You are not, and that's even false. That's false. That's false.
Let me add a bit of layer into that question. 35 years of marriage, there's been sacrifices. We put money together to do things together. We've built together. We like me ò ní nǹkan kan except nǹkan tá a jọ ní. Like, and this man is still like, mo ò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́. Like, I don't even have the strength to work anymore. And my kids are everywhere in the world. They're not they're
No,
not here
no.
with me. So where do I go? What do I do?
Okay. Personally, for me, I would just say that first, you have to see it as you making bad investment choices. So you have to cut your losses and move forward. Okay, fine. If you think that is hard, I would be like, you being in that marriage, you have to analyze what your stress is and what is healthy in that marriage. And you should just visualize you stepping out of that marriage. What do you think will be hard? What can you call stress? Use like when you step out, what will be hard? Because at the end of the day, if you stay, it is hard. If you leave, it is hard. So you have to choose your hard. You have to pick your battles one way or the other. But I would say that you have to see it as you making bad investment choices, cut your losses, and move forward. You can't stay. You've endured and you became a shadow of yourself already. You don't even know who you are. And this thing you said, I was talking about a woman above 50 saying, I don't even know what I'm in this marriage for. Is this even the life I'm supposed to be living? And I'm like, are you willing to leave? Níbo ni mo ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀? Ta ló máa fẹ́ mi mọ́? It's only married that we are meant for on the surface of this earth. What other things do you think that you are willing to do? And even if it is married, I believe we can still find. I and my friend believe that there is someone out there for you. And even if it doesn't come or it doesn't happen, so is that your worst? Is you finding a man tied to yourself worst? So if it is, that is something you have to work on also. Because I don't believe in you tying your worst with something external, something you don't have control over. Because I believe the only thing you have control over is you, yourself. You can be like, I want to repent today. Today, I want to process. Today, I want to confess my sins. You can decide what to do. But for the other person, they will only approach you with what they are capable of, with what they are even willing to give. So I have those kind of conversations with women, and that is why I mentioned something about myself that some men even say that no man will marry you. So women even respond to
Did they call you bitter? Did they say you're bitter?
some call me bitter, but those men that call me bitter, these are cruel human beings. Because, for example, this is a post about me talking about my ex calling me a leftover, and you are coming under that post to say she's bitter, she hates men. I love men. Says who? I love men, baje. Just the responsible cultured ones, not the uncultured ones, not people like them. So, and because for me, that you calling me bitter under a post that your fellow man call me leftover, it says something about the kind of person. I'm not a bitter person, because even my women folk, there are some women I don't tolerate. I don't like women that are not regulated. I don't like women. See, if you have a false sense of self as a woman and you are trying to like work on yourself, it's okay. We can still do something. But women that they normalize some things to themselves, some mediocrity for themselves, I don't like them. You have to be someone that is working on it. Not because you are a woman automatically, I'm a girl's girl. I don't do that. You are responsible. It's okay. If you are not, I'm not for that. You have to be someone that knows what she's doing for you to operate with me, say, even as a woman, not talk of a man. So we do have this conversation about what makes you, because a bitter woman is someone that will hate men. I have elderness to give. It is proven. Okay, Shepe, it is something I have done. So if you are not willing to give me healthiness, I be like fairy tale. No, it's not fairy tale. You can't give it. That is why I think it is. I am bitter, or what I am asking for is too much. You understand, Brother Yusuf? So
I do. Yeah.
then they put, and those where it doesn't and so what even if I'm bitter self, and me, I'm not even bitter. I'm not a bitter person. No, 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 no.
Are you
No, I'm
are
not.
you ready for marriage now?
No, marriage. Okay. Marriage. I'm not ready for marriage. I'm not ready for marriage. So, I have some women, uh, we do talk, and they'll be like, tí bá fi ọkùnrin báyìí, mi tiẹ̀ ní gbà kíní kan mọ́. I will not even tolerate it. Like, no, it doesn't go that way because there is a difference between being traumatic, you going through trauma, and you transforming. Personally, for me, I've transformed. So it got nothing to do with maybe I don't want to bleed on any man. I'm not willing to bleed on anybody safe. So it is not a matter of ọkùnrin tó bá máa fẹ́ mi báyìí. Ṣiṣẹ́ gbé á fún. No. Don't bleed on me and I won't bleed on you. I'm a woman with boundaries now. Before, I used to be like self-sacrifice, no boundaries. I don't even know I don't even understand the concept of self. So now I am so rooted in myself. And for somebody like me, I know what it takes to respect someone else's boundaries. So I won't cross you. Even you as my husband, my kid, I respect their boundaries. So I think I carry healthiness
I
in
get
me.
your point. Yeah,
So
I
it is
get
not
your
a
point.
matter of maybe
Yeah.
bitter or not. No, there is nothing I want
Mm,
to do with bitterness. No.
mm. So, do you have any advice for someone who is going into marriage now? A lady and a man, they're looking forward to their big day. What do you have to say to them?
Okay. You see, for a lady, you need to have a clear sense of self. And for the man, you have to have a clear sense of self. You should know what your self-worth is. Don't tie your self-worth with what the other person is not willing to give up of themselves. Because if you are tying your self-worth with what that person is not willing to give to you, you start feeling like, this expects me. You start feeling less. So that is when control comes in. I'm talking about the part of a man now. You should be well rooted in yourself. Be so self-assured, so secure in yourself as a man. You don't need to bleed on your wife to feel worthy. You don't need to say, now men has ego. No, men don't have ego. Ego is not normal. Ego is not healthy. Humility is necessary. Boundaries, yes. I don't want this thing. Don't do it. I'm talking about something that will affect you. I'm not talking about, for example, she made a hairstyle. You now start saying, oh, the shiru hairstyle. I mean, like here, what to say? No, that is not the kind of you can't do it that I'm talking, because some men they are mixing up these things. So you as a man, be so secured, so self-assured of yourself. You don't need to bleed on your woman to feel worthy. If you want respect, give respect. If you offer healthiness, receive healthiness in return. Don't be a man that will be like, ẹ kí ni wọ́n á fẹ́ ṣe bí ìwà obìnrin ni. No, don't let, if someone is not cultured and you are cultured, you should find someone that is cultured as you. Don't normalize what's it called, irrationality for anybody that it is not bearing. Everybody needs to work on themselves. So maybe if you think she will later change in marriage, well, you can try. Don't know the extent. And then for the lady also, have a clear sense of self. Know what you want and stay rooted in that thing. Don't look for a man to tolerate whatever unculturedness or whether you say you are saucy, or don't normalize it for yourself. And most of I want to be like bias here. Most Muslim women, they are good girls. Pakat, they are good girls. Girls.
And I'll speak
They
for
are,
the Muslim men as well.
they are,
Most Muslim
they
men
are
are
not.
very good.
They are not. They are good. They are willing to love, respect, to play romance. They said, I even tell them that romance is for the film. Romance is not for the film. See, if you are a good person, you just
There's
don't
faculty.
sacrifice yourself.
I'm being honest. I'm being sincere. Now. There are
Hey,
very good
it's a
Muslim
lie.
men.
With
I
ego,
once
with
spoke
of
with
ego. here and there.
There's
They
no
are not
perfect
good.
human being.
You should
We're all
not be
flawed.
perfect, though.
We're all flawed. Now, I once
So,
talked to a very respected professor here. I think we talked about it before. She's a professor, and she's saying, "Look, I wouldn't have been a professor if not for my husband. He's the one that's pushing me. He wants me to be the best version of myself. He's the one that will pay for this. He's the one." At some point, because he wanted us to be together, he wouldn't even accept to a job offer from a certain multinational company because they are not offering me a job. So he is my rock. I wouldn't have been anywhere if not for him. Those are men. They are Muslims as well. So we just happen to be talking about the other side that's not so palatable today. We've spoken about other side that's been very good. They're, perfect. No, well, astaghfirullah, not perfect, but are some very sensible and reasonable human beings who are Muslim men who also want their wives to thrive. Because seeing their wife progress and do good things make them feel good as a man. Be like, oh, that's my baby right there. All those things is just men misinterpreting or just trying to fulfill, or maybe
of
it's an
course, of
unhealed
course.
trauma, or maybe it's romance illiteracy or things like that. You know what I mean? So we just happen to be talking to the side that is not really what we want for ourselves as Muslim community today. And you know, people like that, if I speak to that woman now, she'll be like, polygamy, more love her because
No, she
if I my
doesn't love it. She doesn't love polygamy. You see,
she
Emma,
she said she
I remember,
did. She said she did. And she
wrong.
progressed. She said she
Yeah,
did.
yeah, that, she's just trying to be diplomatic so that it won't be like maybe she's
Do you-
projecting form of bitterness to women. Seriously, I know this mental game that we women play. Because I remember in that interview, you asked that what if all your husband did was just for him to like soften the ground for him to get another woman? I remember you
b-
asked that question. I
I did,
wait.
but she told me she was the one that even made him do it. Like it wasn't that.
And seriously, I will be that's the false sense of shame I'm talking about. You can imagine a man telling a woman that now it's what she getting right, telling a woman that if you want me to love you forever, why they get can fail beer? You allow me to marry another woman. Because in couple man me doing it. Really? You're telling me to agree into doing something that will make you feel good and I will feel bad. And they'll be like, and if that woman says, because someone like me, was a polygamy, I'm talking about now. Even before, take a discussion, you go, okay. So if that woman should say, if you marry somebody else, I will leave. You start attacking her that why will you leave? She'll bring Muslimin. You want to manipulate her again into staying. But you want her to accept that thing. What you are telling her is that she has to feel less of because she's feeling less by accepting that you are going into polygamy. So you try to manipulate her and be like, manipulate her with love. And a woman that is craving validation from her husband, we tend to like agree to that thing reluctantly, whereas she's building resentment inside. She's not okay with it.
But in a
I'm
case,
not,
she
in
was
her
the
case,
one who
me, I don't
she was the
know.
one who even
Obìnrin
introduced.
tó fẹ́ ìyàwó fún ọkọ ẹ̀, èmi ò
Hmm.
mọ̀ o, maybe it's a sense of, am I projecting here also? Is it a sense of guilt that everything that my husband has done for me, so I should not deprive him? And that's not my own definition of love. I don't believe. That's not my own definition of love. My own definition of love is
But do you agree
is
they are Muslim? They are good Muslim men as well. Very good, very nice,
yes.
kind, and
Yes,
good,
that are
good.
not
Uh,
egocentric, that don't have any
mm.
form of ego, that don't normalize ego for themselves.
And also, Islam is not the problem here.
No,
It's
no, 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 no,
Muslims that
no.
are problem.
No, no, no. The religion of Allah is there. No, Allah is not putting anybody on us as humans. It is us. We have this insecure part of us that we are just trying to feel. It's like a void. So unfortunately, we as humans, we think, if I try to like fill this void for this person, the person will be okay. Never. It's not your responsibility and it is not your body to bear. If the person is not willing to face that thing and like work on themselves internally, nothing is coming to fit. That is why you ladies, because I don't know whether some of the ladies that I do talk to will come across this video. That is why you continue to mold, you continue to perform, you bend, your back, you see, is broken. It will never fill that void because it is not your body. There, you are crossing that person's boundaries. Leave them to their body to bear. If they are not willing to fix, you have a clarity of self. Know what you want for yourself. Are you moving forward or what do you want to do with your life? Have a clear sense. Don't let whatever they do decide or determine or shape how you want to live your life. Have a clear sense of self. Self-agency is very, very important.
I have one last question for you. Do you have
Okay, let's do it.
compromise in your book?
Like
Like,
what?
do you compromise? Compromise. Because the way you're projecting is like, I have a list. I have a clarity. If I'm not getting this, but yeah,
But I
like,
used to,
do you
but I
have
used to, I
room
don't
for
have list though.
compromise in your
I don't have list. No, I don't even have list.
but this clarity in a way is a form of list. Like, I know what I'm expecting, even if you don't have it documented anywhere, but you know what you're kind of looking for. You know what it should look like. So is there any room for compromise in your book?
No. See, compromise, unhealthy compromise, no. Healthy compromise, yes. Like, because somebody asked me that question, I said, healthy compromise, I will do because naturally I'm a lover girl. I'm this kind of girl, like a woman that you will compromise, maybe my partner falls sick. I won't leave you. Or maybe there is no money. I won't leave you. Those kind of compromise that things that are not within your power, something you can't control, I will make compromise. Those are healthy compromises, according to me. But when I'm talking about unhealthy compromises I want to make are those compromises that there's something you have the willpower to do, but you are willing or you feel you are not competent to do it. I won't. I won't tolerate such compromises. And I do say something, you as a man that you are coming, you have to be sure that I am the kind of person you want. I don't want that I will change. Don't change. I don't want you to change for me. Don't do it. I'm not looking for somebody to change for me. Be so clear. Be so rooted in your own self. Because personally, I'm not looking for you to bleed on. Whatever it is you are coming to do with me, love, romance, eldiness, no shouting, no tug of war, no power. No. I'm not, we don't need those things. So if you are so secured and so self-assured and rooted in yourself, you wouldn't find yourself doing that with someone. You know what you want. Am I the kind of person you want? Okay. Are you the kind of person I want? Okay. No void. Nobody is coming to like, no codependency is happening. I can tolerate your separateness, your opinions, your no's, your yes. I'm fine. It's okay. And the same because I am so rooted in myself. Whatever my yes is my yes. My no is my no. So if it is unhealthy compromises are things that you can do, but you don't want to do them, I will not. So unhealthy compromises are things that are not within your power. It is not something that you wish for to happen. So
Okay. Sorry, I said that was the last question. Sorry. I have one more
wait,
question.
talking about I used to ask me questions. Ask me questions. Ask me questions.
Just to be fair to this person, like you were in
My
the marriage for
ex.
9 years. Yes, you were in the marriage for
You are
9 years.
so beautiful to him. Oh.
I'm just being realistic. Like
Okay.
I can't really wrap my head around the fact that you were in the marriage for 9 years.
Years.
Can you tell me three good things that he did? Because all we've said, all we've discussed about it, like whatever example you gave now, they were not really pretty. I can tell you, but
So to be fair
like,
with him, he need me to like say 3 things about him.
not to be fair, actually, to be
No.
realistic, to be
It
realistic,
has
like
fairness.
it can't be 9 years of
God.
misery, and there
Yeah,
are
I
really
know.
just had two
Yes.
kids together. There have been times like honey, darling, kind of a thing would have happened. So, like, can you give three example of good times that you remember?
This thing that when I used to be that you asked me, I wore a jersey recently. So I have this a girlfriend, but like a female friend over, and she was like, are you playing football? I said no. Said, why are you wearing this jersey? I said I got it from my ex, like he bought it for me when we were together. And she was like, wow, so it used to be nice to you. And I was like, nice. Right? So at that moment, I was like, oh yeah, this is one of his nice.
Yes.
So these are the things I can call like one of the nice things that he did to me. Really.
Hmm.
So that is why I said relationship is very, very that I don't know. That station is a very, very crazy place because there are lots of love bombing, red crumbing. They will do some things to hurt you and they will patch it up with some good things just to like, it's
And let's say the good things.
yeah, it's a
Let's say the
crazy.
good
Yeah,
things.
I've
We
said
had we had the Jesse
see.
Jesse number one.
So, and once another thing I appreciate about him, okay, when, yeah, wasn't my first, even both girls, my two daughters when I had them, so whenever I'm in the hospital, I'm this kind of person that I'm not used to all this Oyibo food, like their food, more or less like water or so. And me, I love me my rice, my swallow or whatever. So this man, he will cook, he will, he will cook and bring it to the hospital. Of course, it is something that is supposed to do, but for me, it is something that is supposed to do because it is something that we do for him. But seriously, I do appreciate that about him. Like, he bring me food. What else did he do? I remember one time like that. Was it during my first pregnancy or second pregnancy? So I fainted, right? So the emergency was called. So when I was discharged and we got home, this man literally bagged me up with pregnancy on his back. Yes.
I feel like hugging him right now. I
What?
feel like hugging him.
Okay. Hey, yes, he need to hug him because he did lot
Why
of
not?
damage. He did lots
No.
of damage. So, and I just say something that people do things for whatever reason is known to them. Because like, why, how do you have so much goodness in you to offer can cause so much extreme pain at the same time? Hello, is everything fine? What are you battling with? What exactly are you running away from? So that is why there is this concept of narcissism, what's it called, personality disorders. I don't know, but I do say something. This man is someone that has so much potential of goodness within him, but there is some level of insecurities that is battling with, some form of trauma because I was reflecting and I said to myself that we had a period, like very beautiful moment. I think he just sat down and he feels like he has to sabotage that relationship. So that is when this issue of women came in, like he spiked me with women. I'm like, is she what is like, like somebody spiting you with women to make you feel bad. And me, you can't spite me with women because I'm not the jealous type. I don't know how to fight. I will just walk away. You understand? But he was doing it intentional. And don't tell me he shouldn't have checked his phone. If you are not checking your partner phone, you are setting yourself for for misery. You have to check. So I saw all the things that he did, and I'm like, the all the mockery, the shame, everything. So, like, he intentionally sabotaged the marriage. Maybe because he feels he was getting too attached or in love with me. So he thinks that he needs to break that bond because he can't be a lover boy. Whatever. Whatever. I'm not even giving him any excuse, but that divorce was the best thing that happened to me because I'm able to like discover myself and connect with myself. So you can hug him. I can even send you his number after this. So, like,
Well, that's But if I see him, I'll hug him. I'll thank him on behalf
How will you,
of brothers.
how will you, sir,
On behalf of brother
you can't do that.
for backing a pregnant woman.
It
Very
doesn't
very
matter.
caring brother.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
It's
matter.
like you now. It's like you now saying what he did didn't matter. See, are you
It,
being fair now?
it doesn't matter. Those things, he did it out of love or out of what did he do it? Let us ask him. Because I see one
It's
problem
love now. It's love,
out of
if not
love.
for love.
Okay. What the
Okay, out of
that?
responsibility. He did out of
I
responsibility.
don't even
It's
know.
his
I don't even know. Because sometimes I would just like think,
Okay, now,
there's
Sister
nothing
Kauto,
like
now he did all that. Can you tell me three things you know retrospectively now that you know that more that's money. Who are you? What are three bad things that you did in the marriage that you knew now that you know better, you should have done better? Do you remember any, or you were perfect
Wallahi
all through?
Kusi, Wallahi lazim. I have none. I'm telling you. Because you see, in my clarity, I have this concept of radical self-accountability. And it is a thin line between you guilt tripping yourself. So the only thing I remember in that marriage was that I had this episode of back and forth with him. And it was never meant to happen if I was to be so rooted in myself. Because I'm like, so all the shouting I was doing, like the back up, now yeah, oh my bad. Yes. Oh my. So he has a very bad is a very careless talker. So, and if he talks like this, I want to like react. And me, unfortunately, then I will need this kind of morality. Even if I'm disagreeing with you, I won't call you names or. But at some point, I resorted to like, Pioneer, you are a murderer. Ó fẹ́ gbẹ̀mí mi. So I started using those because that was exactly what I was feeling, because this is a case of manipulation, gaslighting, guilt tripping, verbal abuse, all form of nonsense from him. So I wouldn't want to give myself the excuse that it triggered it because I was supposed to be in control of myself, but I wasn't. There wasn't sense of agency for me then. So the way I was defending myself was like going back and forth, like talking. I didn't do anything, even because even he was asked, kilo shefle. At some point, just like, oh man, high blood pressure. At some point, it was like, ball control, submission. So when is all those things. So your submission is me not going after my career. Your submission is you telling me not to wear certain colors. So how? I'm not responsible for those things. You don't want me to go for my career just because you believe you won't be able to control me. That is not healthy. This is not coming from someone that is healthy. He has something internal that is battling with, that is not ready to face. And I won't be the sacrificial lamb to make, because he can never even feel good. Not from me feeling those imaginary goals of AIDS. He has to be the one to face. So to buy sick, to buy what career, me. So I had to speak up. I will fight. I will talk. I will do some things. So me, maybe after the divorce, I resorted to I will curse him. I curse. I one curse there after divorce. But during the marriage, no. But I remember that when I'm upset, I'll be like, "Iwo." I do point at him. I'll be like, "When my point to see me walking it, can show it. Wo- it- So then I used to be very afraid. I'd be like, hey, don't know what's it, too bad, right? But he wasn't physically abusive. But if I had stayed, he would have gone physical with me because there was a lot of expose. I exposed lots of things about him to my family. And to him, that's like a kind of expose. Because in 9 years of marriage, wọn ò gbóhùn mi rí, wọn ò gbóhùn Àlàkẹ́ rí. So and the first time the second time, and I was like, you got to manage for me, you. So yeah, I'm just kata. So I didn't do anything wrong to him. I didn't do. So the only thing he will tell you is that who are submissive, and his own definition of submissive to me is him taking my willpower from me and my autonomy for me. Kò dẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan tí Islam sọ nìyẹn. And he's unable to regulate his own self. Because if you say you want to guide someone, you want to rule someone, you want to have authority over someone, you should have some level of self-regulation. He doesn't. He doesn't. How do you think that you want to get back as a woman, and the next thing you want to do is to start spiting her and start talking about me to women? You are in a polygamous marriage and them feel that really? That woman hated me. Me, I didn't even hate that woman that was a polygamous marriage, because to me, I'm like, the husband is the enemy here. Can't you see? And that woman was bending her back, doing all sorts of things for this man to like him, to hate me. And I'm like, it's not your fault. It is this man's fault. He's just trying. So that no. Mo àti submission and mo yọ̀ǹda. I mean,
So,
I can't submit to that. I don't even need submission to give any man. I need to be responsible to you. But Yusuf, I only need responsibility to you. I can't submit. I can't give you my own life. Oh. See, but Yusuf, let me paint a discussion I had with someone with you recently. Maybe these men, they will understand. If they don't understand safe, no worry. Maybe the women folk, they'll be able to grasp. So this man, he said to him, he feels that I'm not submissive, which is, yes, I'm not a submissive woman. Yes. So he said, do you know that if you are submissive, it will make a man love you? Like the man will even be able to like control that man. Whatever you want that man to do, we do it for you. If you want to do anything, you will control him. You will do it for him. Like you will be the one to make the decision for him. And I'm like, but me, I don't want to control anybody. I don't want to control anybody. If I give you my opinion or my suggestion, I expect you as an adult to like check, see, is this something that you are okay with? If it's something you want to take, you take it. And if you don't want it, you dump it. Not necessarily because I'm your wife. It doesn't work that way for me, because autonomy has to happen in your own life. The moment you are living that thing, you don't have the mental capacity to think for yourself that what this person said, I'm okay. Not because she's my wife, automatically I have to like give in to. So for me, that kind of woman, I don't want to control anybody. I don't want that man to say that, yeah, me. I don't like me or fair. I don't want to control you. I want you to have that sense of agency with you, that sense of autonomy with you, that this is something I want to do. Yeah, me, is this thing okay? A mirror nice. Well, because I should be able to like me more like opinion. Yeah. I should be comfortable with it. And at the same time, same with me. Just because you are my husband, not necessarily mean you can come into my project and be like, this is how you have to do it. It doesn't work that way. That sense of agency should happen with me also. Give me your opinions. If it is something I can consult with, I will do it. If it's not something I can take, I will drop it. And you shouldn't feel less. That doesn't define anything. It is you being responsible. You should be so self-assured and so self-secured in yourself. You don't need somebody like, somebody agrees with me or they accept, or that validation they seek. That is, you feel good about yourself. No, it doesn't work that way. So all this control of the thing, me or need that, but it like, no, let people have this sense of self. And you should know when to step in and when to step out. In your own value, a whole human being. Give space for separateness and togetherness healthily.
there's this thing you said on your TikTok platform that I listened to. I understood where you're coming from, but for the purpose of my audience, you said, "Oh, as a woman, you should have money so that you can have options." So, what are the options that you were talking about?
Yeah, the options will be because some women have verbalized this, oh, I'm stuck in this marriage because I'm unable to leave. I've got 5 children, what certain number of children, and they're unable to leave. So as a woman, when you are financially independent, you'll be able to make that decision. Am I staying in this marriage or I want to leave? At least if your reason for being stuck has to do with finance, at least. Then you as a woman, if you are financially independent, see, there is a certain clarity financial independence brings into your life. Man, woman, like, I don't know how to explain it. Your sense will clear because you have that sense of agency within you. But okay, I don't need to go and meet Lara before I can decide some things. Because you see, there are some people that are vulnerable due to finance, that they are unable to make decisions until they seek the approval of these people that are coming in to help them financially. So that sense of autonomy is lacking for them. So you have options to do things that you want to do or you don't want to do. You will decide. There are some women that what is it called? Reproductive rights is being taken away from them because that man will be like, I'm the one feeding you. You see this financial abuse. But the one that is most pathetic is with the Muslim men. Money, or lesson. You are using that resources to relegate your fellow human being to nothingness. Why alone? Why? Why alone? So if a woman says, Emi ò fẹ́ bímọ mọ́, the man will be like, your duty is to portray it now, to best children. Kí ni iṣẹ́ ẹ? If you are not giving, if you can't give birth to more children, it will be like the ones that you already have, I will not take care of them. So she won't have option that's like, because this is weakness, vulnerability.
Of
She's
the
vulnerable. So she will end up having more children. So there are lots of things. And that is why I said in my video that you having finance doesn't necessarily mean you will make life good choices, because there is a difference between you being financially independent and you developing yourself. Like, personal development is different. That is why you see some people today, they are rich, but when you go, when they dig them, you will see some things, loopholes. You will still find them bleeding into something. That is why you see some women, they are financially rich. They are still involved in whatever. Like, I'm not saying I'm saying, but this one is not a matter of saying. But there is a clear difference between financial independence and personal development. A woman can be rich. I will look at some women. They are so business over more GCO, and the kind of men they have in their life. And I'll be like, so because your higher self is actually where you were able to tap into, bring those business ideas, those career ideas. So you just went into that your higher self to tap just little, and you leave that part, which is yourself. That yourself, to be able to defend yourself, create boundaries, not to have for clarity and all those things. So women, they will just go there to tap for finance, for whatever. They'll be financially independent. They will not, whereas there is void within them. They are now attracting nonsense into their lives. And I'll be like, you have so much willpower to create such empire for yourself, and you still have this void. Some women have body dysmorphia and they are financially independent and they still hate themselves. Once upon a time, I used to be a woman that hated herself because the man that I crave validation from made me hated myself. This my front teeth. I was called ugly. My body was called ugly. And at some point, I started to internalize that I am ugly. Like, if you tell me that I'm beautiful, I'll be like, me, beautiful, okay? Because the man that I crave external validation from said, I am ugly. He said, I am not fine. And I believe that. He said something is wrong with my body, and I believe that. And I was looking for money to, like, go under the knife, do surgery. A Muslim woman. I was willing to. In my weak state, I was willing to. Whereas it's all lies. It's all lies. There is nothing absolutely wrong with me. There is nothing absolutely wrong with it. I've heard Muslim women say their husband said eh, something is wrong with their reproductive parts after kids. So there is nothing wrong with you. Those things are just projections. So if you have so much willpower to be financially independent, to be career oriented, you should have so much willpower also to have a clarity of yourself, a confident human being in yourself. You don't need perfection. Be able to accept your insecurities, embrace them, sit with your feelings, embrace them. There is nothing wrong with you. Stop believing those projections that is coming from a broken mind, a broken person. You are internalizing their projection and you turn them to imaginary, to image in your head. They now became your lived reality. It's all false. So I'm surprised that women are still. I'm not surprised. Why should I say? That is why you even find you see world leaders. They are rich, but they are so ill-mannered. They lack empathy. They are so power driven. They want to show that they are powerful. Whereas they have the money, they have the position, they have everything. But still, there's still a void within them that they still need to fill. I don't want to name any, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, they are world leaders. It got nothing to do with money. So financial dependence is there, it's powerful, but personal development is very, very, very important. You have to be rooted in yourself and don't normalize misconduct for yourself. You are not special to go out there and bleed on people. Whatever it is that you need to fix it with yourself. Don't expect anybody to come and tolerate your nonsense. Yes, you have to fix yourself, both men and women. You are not special. Your specialness is only to yourself. And the moment you start wanting to be like, hey, am I not special? False sense of self. When you have this false sense of importance, that is when people start to resort to manipulation, control of other people. So you have to be rooted in yourself. So that is what I mean by financial independence on my page. Like, you have options, because I experienced what it means to be financially abused in my life. And here I am today. I'm still broke. If you need, I'm into business also. I'm a broke mom of two, but I'm fine. Alhamdulillah, I'm okay. I don't beg for money, but I want to be rich. I love money. I love money. I love money. So
Maybe we should add to that list the options that money will give you should also include you being able to support your family. It shouldn't be just a means to escape if things are not going right. Yeah, maybe you should also probably update that
support
list.
your family. Because exactly. You mean to support your family even in marriage, you mean? Or
Yeah. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I'm a
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
firm
Yeah.
advocate of that. That women share your resources with your family.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
I heard a story of a woman that her husband went broke, and this woman, she didn't want to share her resources with the husband, so she connived with a friend and be like, give this money to my husband, but tell him that you borrowed him the money. So the friend went, she did that. So that husband was trying to look for money to pay back. So one day the man went to the friend and be like, I haven't gotten the money. Oh, don't be angry. Oh. That woman, that wife now told the friend to go and embarrass the husband that he should pay up. He should pay up. And the friend went. Whereas when this man had money, he was doing right by the family. Like, he was spending his money. So there is nothing you even want to tell me. That kind of woman is cruel. So I am a big advocate of spend your money on your household, on your family. A man you feel that you cannot share your resources with, you are not supposed to be in marriage with that person. It is dysfunctional. That's the fact. You are not just ready to
Yeah.
accept that.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, subhanallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Thank you.
I can be
so
chatty if I want to. Like, I can talk.
yeah, which is really good. Which is really good. Thank you. We've spoken for over 2 hours now, which is
Yeah.
really it tells you how you're well into the conversation. So thank you so much. We're really grateful for that. SubhanAllah. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, a home rooted in mercy is not a battlefield. It's not a place
Yeah.
where one person sacrifices everything while the other gives nothing.
Yeah.
It's not a place where obedience is demanded, but love is withheld. So, to our sisters, your voice is not a burden, it's
No.
an amana.
Yeah.
To our brothers as well, leadership without love is tyranny,
Yeah.
and love without justice is incomplete.
Yeah.
If we want stronger families, we must build homes where mercy, respect, and emotional safety are non negotiable.
Yeah.
May Allah purify our marriages, restore our homes, and raise a
Amen.
generation of men and women who follow the Prophet, peace be upon him, not
Yeah.
just in prayers, but in how they love, how they serve, and how they live together. I mean, Sister Tawakaltu, it's been an utmost pleasure speaking with you. And hopefully, this is not going to be the last time. But until then, thank you so much.